Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and we are live from the new studio in the Quad Cities in Iowa. And I just want to, out of the gates, thank every single one of you guys out there that made any of this possible. Because without you guys, especially through the demonetization, without you spreading the information, without you supporting me, I wouldn't be able to do this several times a day. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. Without you, again, none of this would be possible. The escape from New York, if you will, would not be here. And it alarms me that the authoritarianism in New York continues to grow, continues to become more and more and more alarming, both in New York City and beyond. And today, Andrew Cuomo put into action more draconian, authoritarian, capo rules. Okay? Now he's going after religious institutions and the Orthodox Jewish community, who's pushed back from the very beginning of this. And good for them. Good for them. Remember, the Constitution says in the First Amendment that the government shall make no law abridging the one's right to what? Religious freedom. Okay? And that's the bottom line. And that is very important. And today he said, no, we're shutting them down. We're shutting them down. And, I mean, he talked about ticketing people again who were not wearing masks statewide. He talked about all these hot zones. And the real tell is that he talked about all these gatherings, okay? All these gatherings that are not allowed, okay? And amongst them were obviously, he talked about his bars and restaurants and how many violations there were and versus how many reports and enforcements. There should have been zero enforcement, sir. You are not God, okay? So they talk about the bars, they talk about the restaurants, they talk about the college parties, they talk about the religious gatherings especially. You know what he never talks about? The protests. The protests are immune to coronavirus, COVID-19 84, according to Andrew Capo Cuomo and his lieutenant, Bill de Blasio. So this is, of course, an Ask Me Anything. Get your questions in now. I'm going to tell you, because we are fully demonetized, how you can kind of super chat, okay, and maybe skip the line. This is a new studio, a new experience. I don't know what to expect. I'm just glad that I'm actually seeing myself stream in the corner there. But we got a lot of new things coming up. So get your questions and comments in. I'm going to show you some of the Andrew Cuomo stuff without playing the clips because I don't want to hear his voice anymore. I'm just going to show you what he put up, up on the. I mean, he puts up these big presentations and brags about them. Makes me ill. And de Blasio just outright says it. It's unreal. We're going to play a Tucker Carlson clip. However, there is a GoFundMe down below because, again, none of this is possible without you guys. Zero. Zip. Zilch. Nada. None. So, guys, if you can, $5, $10, $15, it absolutely means the world to me. It's how I am able to do this. And again, this is how we're going to use the super chat mechanism because they're not there. Otherwise, we just go down the line. We don't censor. That's how we roll here. You can check out all my documentary films for free. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are in the playlist section. Make sure you're thumbing up the video, subscribing, and sharing. And guys, rockfin.com. So here's what we're going to be doing. This is the next step for the Bermas Brigade, if you will. What we're going to be doing is streaming live here from 10 a.m. to noon Central, I think that is, right? So it's 11 to 1. Yeah, 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern. So for 2 hours for free. Create a free account. Follow me here. You'll be able to watch it free here. And then we'll put clips over on YouTube and create that as a premium for all the premium subscribers after the fact. You're going to want to be a premium member if you want to get all the content. I appreciate all the support. And by the way, you don't have to just endorse me. If you endorse anybody on Rockfin, you're a premium member and you get access to that. So I love Rockfin. I think it's a great way to endorse your favorite independent creators. So love him or hate him, Tucker Carlson is nailing this one again, because once again, Bill de Blasio demonizes all these gatherings just like Andrew Capo Cuomo, okay? And you know what? Before we do this, I'm just going to show you. Look, ooh, gatherings, especially religious ones. And he actually wants some kind of a pseudo law enforcement to sit in at these now gatherings and make sure that they're at the capacity they're supposed to be, they're social distancing, all that. All that. That's a reality. That's where we're at now. Andrew Capo Cuomo. Okay? So he wants fines. He's going to sit down with these people. Again, if you look at this stuff, we need compliance and enforcement, right? So when you see this, he says they have to agree. They have to agree. They have to agree. That's authoritarianism, all right? And the only place that they don't have to agree is what? The protests, because the protests are never brought up. They need enforcement. Everybody knows this. They need enforcement. Yeah, we're going to get them. Schools, religious gatherings, public spaces, businesses. They're the viral spreaders. And they keep using this Orwellian terminology of super spreaders. There's no evidence of any super spreaders. There never has been. Okay? There's never been a case where they say one person is the cause of all these outbreaks. It's ridiculous. Okay? So again, notice what's not up there. Protests. 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 Although there are thousands of people right next to each other, not adhering to any of the guidelines or rules. But again, the facts aren't the facts, according to the capo himself, Andrew Cuomo. Right, Tucker?
Well, on Sunday, as we said earlier, the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, said he's shutting down schools and non-essential businesses, whatever that is, a man who's never worked in a business in his life, in several zip codes in the city, including in Brooklyn and Queens. What did these zip codes do wrong? Well, more than 3% of coronavirus tests came back positive for a week. No word on how many people died. That's not even part of it. They just had positive tests. What's interesting is that just the other day, practically, Bill de Blasio said he wasn't against mass gatherings as long as he agreed with the politics people were expressing. Watch.
Things that here in the city can mean not just thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. It's just not time for that now.
It's just not time for that now. We can't have gatherings now. No.
What about protests? If people want to march down Fifth Avenue, are they going to be allowed to do so?
Look, Wolf, this is always an area of real sensitivity. We understand at this moment in history, people are talking about the need for historic changes. This is a historic moment of change. We have to respect that.
Oh, so when you go to church, you try to have a Jewish wedding in Brooklyn, you're a threat to public health. But if you're looting Macy's, it's a historic moment for change. As soon as you say something like that out loud, the rest of us no longer have to listen to anything you say, because you're a fraud, you're a liar, you're totally irrational, and you no longer have legitimacy to lead.
Period. That's right. And again, say what you want about Tucker Carlson in the past. I have. 100% dead on. 100% dead on. They are now retroactively taking more control. They are closing more schools. Cuomo is telling you he wants the first COVID-free state, the fully vaccinated state. He says he doesn't want you to take the Trump vaccine. He doesn't trust the federal government before the election. These are things he's put up in front of everybody. The New York State Bar Association says the Constitution has failed us and that we need mandatory vaccinations throughout the country. That's why I left New York. That's why I'm living in Iowa now. Okay? These two guys right here, they're a huge part of why I left.
Period. Today, the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, decided to approve the closure of many non-essential businesses. That's not because he's opposed to lockdowns. He thinks the real problem is religious services. Watch.
If the religious leaders do not agree to abide by these rules, then we will close the religious institutions. period.
Really? Because in the country we lived in January, we had a First Amendment that said government will not get in the way of your exercise of your religion. People would have laughed at that. We will close the religious institutions, period. Who do you think you are, God? You're not. You're some stupid governor of a declining state.
No, what he is he's Andrew Capo Cuomo, who's given the state to billionaires as he guts it, and he pushes an automation nation slave state for a transhumanist agenda with his buddies Michael Bloomberg, Bill Gates, Eric Schmidt, and Jeff Bezos. See, that's where Tucker won't go with it, that this is by design, all right? And it's not just about an election, okay? It goes way deeper than that. So, guys, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. We're about to get the questions and comments. Since so many of you have given over the last week, and obviously I haven't been here, I just want to read those comments from the last week. Thumbs it up. Jason, thanks. There's a picture of the Florida governor at a recent press conference with a cop behind him that looks like the one hunting the predators you have featured at least twice. Maybe he's with Grady, because Sheriff Grady is the man. Happy travels. Enjoy your country life. Hang out with farmers and construction workers. Get a corgi. God bless. That's funny you say that, Gary Christ. Now, I am not getting corgis, but my next door neighbor happens to have 2 corgis. Awfully friendly fella. So, inside baseball, guys, I had this U-Haul for 6 days, right? And I had to get here. It's 14 hours, but I had so much to do and so much to pack. And my sister got here on the 1st. But I literally did not roll in until about, 10:30, 11 p.m., 10:30 p.m. Saturday. Okay, Saturday night. And the next door neighbor chatted me up, was talking, I was unpacking, and he couldn't help. He was not in that kind of shape. I mean, guys, I need to get back into shape. Let me tell you, this was wearing on my body, but it was good for me. It let me know that I can get back into shape. It's not going to be that big a deal. I just got to put my mind to it. Anyway, he tells me he's got somebody that can come over, and I'm like, dude, I'll throw him like, $100 if he helps me unload this thing. I gave him a little bit more, but got some 20-year-old kid, came down, good guy, and we unpacked until about 5:36 in the morning. So, and that was Saturday. Here we are Monday. I got the studio going. I hope you like the new studio. I mean, it's pretty similar to the old one. Maybe the camera's positioned a little weird. The color's a little different, but we're going to fix all that stuff. And really looking forward to trying to take this to the next level. All right, let's get the questions in, the comments. Remember, we use the GoFundMe as the super chat mechanism. Let's make sure no one's thrown that in there and skipped the line. Not yet. Fantastic. Let's get in there. Boom. Boom. Occult Priestess says, see you soon. How you doing, Occult Priestess? Good to see you. Yo, Bermas, congrats on the move. Thank you very much. You got a stress-free glow. You did it, man. I'll tell you what, the glow is here now. There's still a lot to do, but I'm happy that we're on the other side of that. Now it's unpacking and being free, getting out of there, man. You just saw the stuff I'm playing. Those guys are, listen, Andrew Capo Cuomo is not giving back any power. Throughout this whole thing, he's talking about super spreaders. He's closing down schools, religious gatherings, public spaces he talks about. He talks about public spaces. Never a word about the protests. Not a word ski and hutch. It's ridiculous. It's beyond the pale. Let's see. God bless you and the fam. Thank you so much. Living his best life, #goals. You got to set them. You only get one shot at the title. My question is, does anyone think Maxwell and Epstein were working for British intelligence since Andrew was involved? I'll say this. I don't think that necessarily it was just Israeli or American intelligence, but I think when you get into that murky world of black ops and you're cutting arms deals, right, and you're running blackmail operations, there's a lot of gray area there. And that's all I'll really say about that. There's a lot of compromising, double cross, triple cross, you bet, or working outside of the intelligence agencies altogether, right? Was it a British honeypot trap for U.S. politicians, and did dumbass Andy and his pecker stuck in his own pot? No, I don't think that was it. Own honeypot. No, I do not. I don't think that was it. I am back, Greg. Good to see you. Let's see, Larry, what's the difference between British intel and Israel intel? They are all the same. What is that? Yes, the same pricks on the same team. In fact, the British government helped create Israel. Correct. That's kind of what I was getting at. I mean, again, when you get into that murky world, it is, it's tough to tell. Let's see. The British are another puppet of Israel. There's my thumbs up and sub. Whoa, there's a big old jump. Let's get it back up here. Bam, there we go. Let's see. Congrats on the new setup. Hope you're settling in nicely. A lot of work to do still. Do you think Trump really has the koof? Well, apparently he came out, he took off the mask. It was a big show. I don't know. That was my last video as I was packing up, and I didn't leave for another 24 hours after that video from New York. But a lot of questions on that. Was it a black op? Were they really trying to get him sick? Did he genuinely catch it? Was it a false positive? Was it, Trump's team doing it on purpose to show how quickly he could beat it? I don't know. I have no clue. Tough call. Housewarming, thank you, call priestess. Satanists are scumbags. No thank you for the truth. Sorry I broke the rule. No caps, just happy. I don't mind a little bit of caps, but I hate it when like the spam, the spam caps. I made you an admit for a reason. Those like Trump 2020 or Biden 2020 or whatever slogan you want. Answer the question. Any kind of spam I hate. Shove the thumbs. Welcome back, Bermas. How does it feel to be there now? Feels good, TJ. Feels good. And yeah, listen, I'm sure a ton of you people out there thought I was not going to do this. I know that some people were in the comments disappointed that when I took that trip, I didn't just stay where I was going to. Guys, this office, you think this office fits in a Ford Fiesta? I don't think a third of this office. The suitcase, the little mobile office, sure. But that's not lights and 4 monitors and my desk and my setup and my 2 mixers, and I can, dial in and hopefully, keep continuing to bring a highly produced program with very little overhead. But again, my rent did go up here. The other part of the cost of living might go down, but it's not like I don't got to get my hustle on. Tomorrow I'll be starting Bermas Brigade Media Month 16, 5 or 6 days late. I wish I hadn't, but just so much to do. Let's see. Let's see. Shove the thumbs. Welcome back. Thanks for all you do, JB. Escape from New York. Thanks, Jack. Escape from New York. Level cleared. I did it. You're right. Nipples is at it again, huh? He's at it again. Old Nipple Pearson Cuomo, the capo himself. Satanist scumbag, huh? Are you sure you're on the right channel? Is he what? You thought he was calling me a Satanist scumbag? Was he? Satanists are scumbags. I don't know. Who knows? I heard the vaccine is the first DNA-altering vaccine that modifies cellular molecular structure and makes bodies antennas. Do you have any knowledge or thoughts on this? I know that they're talking about an RNA vaccine that can be reprogrammed. I don't necessarily know if this one or whatever they're working on for the one that's not going to be mandatory, that Scott Atlas has said is not going to be mandatory. Listen, it's real simple. And people are mad at me because they think I'm Trump fanboying. Listen, what he's doing to Julian Assange right now is over the top. Over the top. No one's talking about the fact that you had Sheldon Adelson and the CIA, a.k.a. Pompeo, and the Trump administration basically trying to poison this guy, that, they're torturing the illegal extradition hearings. It's disgusting. Love the WikiLeaks. Can't get enough of the WikiLeaks. Have you seen the WikiLeaks? Oh, those WikiLeaks. Hope there's more WikiLeaks. 2016. Now, I don't know much about it. And then the press says nothing because they're totally and completely puppets of the predator class that want no free speech, no freedom of information. And that is not a good thing. It pisses me off. I'm not here going Trump, 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 Trump. I'm not MAGA wearing. I'm pissed. But when it's between a forced vaccination and mandatory masks everywhere, or no mandatory masks and not a forced vaccination, if there's a choice between possibly fighting and stopping lockdowns to locking down whenever Joe Biden's handlers or Kamala Harris's handlers say to, are you out of your mind? And look, you can say Jo Jorgensen all you want. I don't know much about her. I'm not here to bash her, but ask 100 people on the street who Jo Jorgensen is. So you want to do a protest vote this year? I don't know if it's the year. And that's just me being straight and real. I don't know if it's the year. 2020 is wild, folks. And if you think that somehow makes me a Republican, or you think that makes me a conservative, or you know, some kind of like supremacist or so, I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking out for everybody out there that's a human being that wants to fight the enslavement of a predator class that does not give a flying fuck about you. Period. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, nada. Doesn't matter if you're fucking Eskimo. Okay? I promise you. All right. Escape. I'm so happy for you and your family. Enjoy the thrive in your new home. I'm trying. We're trying. Lots to do. Lots to do. Congratulations. Tom, I love you. You deserve it, brother. I may not be far behind. Yo, I'd love to have you out here. Listen, Tom, come visit me. Tom, come visit me. Sometime next month, especially if things start getting wild. I'm surprisingly settled in. You'll be able to stay downstairs with me. I got a couch. Maybe we'll get you like a blow-up mattress. I wish I had a guest room down here. I don't. But I think you'll think it's a pretty cool area. And look, the thing is here, there's also hopefully economic opportunity for my family. Not only for my sister, but kids grow up. And unfortunately, where we were in upstate New York, even if you get that college education, if you stay in that area, it's going to be rough. Okay, period. It's going to be rough indeed. Let's see. Yep, on air. Hold on, I'm getting a text from my landlord. Yes, on air. This is some live stuff. Let's see what he says. Okay. Wait a minute. Who's this? Wait a minute. How is this getting sent? Going to match with you. Call Julia was going to match with you. Call Julia. What? What is going on? I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on there. That's a weird. Whose number is that? That must be Tony. Call Julia. Oh, I'm on air. I gotcha. Okay. Never mind. Oh, that's my neighbor, not my landlord. See, I'm confused. I had my other phone. My bad. All right. Let's see. Modems, RNA. Yeah. Yeah. Next hour. Sorry, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe, and share. I don't usually do this, but we're in a new area. Again. All right. So Tom, again, and by the way, Tom Rome, really great guy. Military guy that can tell you, first of all, the last guy that I thought was ever going to join the military out of college, he was the president of my fraternity when I pledged, and certainly didn't see see him doing that, right? And there was certainly a transformation after that as well. But I think that it also gives you an insight of how you absolutely need law enforcement of some kind. That's the other thing. I'm all about demilitarizing the police. That's fine. Rand Paul reassessing, late no-knock warrants, all those things are real. Police brutality is real. There are problems. There is cronyism in there. There are cover-ups. There is corruption, right? But when you talk about the real corruption, it's at the highest levels. That lower level corruption is actually much rarer than people think. All right. Let's see. I fell asleep in Escape from New York last night. I love that movie. Moderna RNA, Moderna. Yikes. Tyler Foley, Jason, do you think about Trump getting COVID? Is it fake? Is it real? Do you think he was fooled as part of a possible cover-up? Lastly, what's your future plans for yourself and your platform? Again, guys, I'm going to say it again. The future plans are Monday through Friday. We're going to live stream exclusively here for free. So create the Rockfin account now. And that way everybody knows where to get to me. 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern. 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern. Monday through Friday. Every day. We're going to go live. Everybody can watch it for free live. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to put those on YouTube throughout the day and maybe do some more videos. We'll see. Because, certain people aren't available at certain times anyway. So there's a lot to consider while doing it. But, what I want to do is keep expanding. Honestly, I want my own office. I want a studio where we can have, guests more than one at a time, etc. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. So happy you evacuated New York. Thank you, Jason. How is the family adjusting? So far, so good. My sister is trying to get the kids into school, as of today, which is awesome. And the kids are actually pretty happy. They like that there's a lot of stuff here to do. The ones riding their bike, they got their own rooms. They're fighting all the time because they're always fighting all the time, but that's just two little girls. Let's see. Cuomo topless jumping jacks. Let's see it. No, thank you. Goomba Cuomo is anti-Semitic. Listen, I hope. First of all, the Orthodox Jewish community, the most religious Jews down in New York City, absolutely pushed back from the beginning. They absolutely pushed back from the beginning. And I always said that's a good thing. It is a good thing. Because freedom of religion is important, even if you don't like that group's religion. Remember that. Let's see. I just watched on YouTube some YouTube named Amina, something like that, and she kept saying Nasara is coming, and there was supposed to be 10 days of darkness. QAnon need to stop. LOL. The funny thing about Nasara is that predates QAnon by well over a decade. People were trying to sell me on Nasara back in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like throughout my entire, as soon as Loose Change blew up into my InfoWars career, period. Welcome to Iowa, Jason. Welcome to the Quad Cities, brother. Just so you know, the big store is like chain stores at a lot of them. Some of them have mask mandates, but if it's corporate, it's a good idea to carry. I'll tell you what, I had to drop my Penske truck off at Home Depot, and I just pranced right in there with a mask, even though 90% of the people were wearing them. There were still people that weren't. No one said a damn word to me. So far on the Iowa side, I haven't been messed with too badly. But yes, I'm sure at a Walmart or whatever, they might mess with you. Whatever. Iowa's the type of place that I have another choice. Where I was in New York, I couldn't just walk out of a business and say I don't have another choice. Here, I have another choice. And that's awesome. I like that. Let's see. Just go on. Sir Bermas looks much happier and relaxed. Yes, RNA altering. 3 Days of Darkness 2012. Princess warns. I don't know what that is. What up, good people and the Fed? Liberalism is anti-religion. Oregon Governor COVID Kate Brown flat stated she is going to keep Oregon locked down until after the election. I know it. Well, it's going to be much after the election because there's not going to be an election result for probably... Listen, get ready. I think I got out of New York by the skin of my nuts, okay? I really do. I think that this nation is in for possibly the hardest, worst time we've ever seen as a modern nation in the next 3 months. I think October to January and into February, maybe. All bets are off. Roll the dice. I don't know. I'm coming from the heart, guys. You know that's where I do. I shoot from the hip. I tell you what I think, and I'm glad to be out of that area. UFOs, New Age, aliens are a psyop, black magic. Trump had to beat COVID because he can't make those White House gift shop coins. Not true. At Ray, please stop. No caps. You have to put somebody on timeout in there? What's going on there? What is your opinion on the president getting COVID? Again, I've given you my opinion again and again, Jeremy. I don't know. I've war gamed all the scenarios. What is interesting is now that he's out there and he's got the mask off, you have to ask yourself, will he actually be debating Joe Biden? Or are they going to say that he could be an asymptomatic spreader? Is he going to carry too much of the virus? Is the town hall going to have to be virtual? Because my initial thought, when this broke, I think Friday night or whatever, was that was it for the debates. Literally like the day after the first debate. It was Friday, because the day after the first debate when they were saying, well, Joe Biden shouldn't debate him anymore. You could say that was like a screaming match or whatever. Trump dominated it. It was the HBO comedy hour of the year. The best stand-up I've seen. It was hilarious. Let's see. There may be a backup at the DMV because of COVID, but I would suggest calling up Scott County DMV if your Scott County is just going over there to take a copy of your rental agreement for proof of residence. Now, you must have watched the earlier broadcast where I was concerned whether or not I would be able to vote or not. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go. What's good? Hope Iowa treats you well, homie. I think it's going to. Let's see what we got here. If you plead that you want to get registered to vote so you can vote in this election, they might be able to finagle it. Never really had problems dealing with the Iowa DMVs. Interesting, Matt. You should interview Dr. Pam Popper. She is suing Ohio's dictator and is allowing the public to use her lawsuit. What's that? A lawsuit outline. Interesting. I don't know much about that. Let's see. What words may I or may I not say? Daniel, you can say whatever you want. First of all, understand that YouTube automatically hides a bunch of comments that me and my moderators have no control over with your language. That's an auto thing. Then it's just we don't like spam. That's it. You just don't spam me. If you're asking honest questions, I got honest answers. How about that? No such thing as conversation in this country. Both sides of the aisle are liberal lunatics. A reporter tried asking Trump if he was a super spreader when he was heading to the hospital tonight. Heading out of the hospital tonight. Exactly. Super spreaders. Social distancing. I can't do it. I'm done. I hope that everybody's ready to fight full force. Full force. Full force. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, while you're registering to vote, register for your carry license. Yikes. Doom, send me that site again for the ticket stuff. Because I had no idea about that, and I totally forgot about that, and I don't want to lose my license or get some kind of fines for driving through these. It's so weird. Even if you don't have an easy pass type apparatus in some of these highways you're on, and then there's not a toll for you just to pay right there, they just expect you to log on to some website that you don't know about to pay. Because when you do it automatically, at the Mass Turnpike, right? They just mail you a bill. They actually have to mail it to you. It's interesting. Let's see. Iowa. Who's going to Iowa? I'm living in Iowa, Daniel. We live here now. Iowa's my home now. Let's see. Glad you're with your family. Very excited you got yourself out of there. Me too. Or just moved to an open carry state. Thank you so much, Cult Priestess. That's very nice of you to say. Hello from the 712. Everyone is something right, is sometimes right. Almost all are sometimes wrong. No, everyone's sometimes wrong. Everyone. No one has. Did God walk into the room? Did infinite knowledge get here? Pretty sure we're all wrong about shit all the time. We're human beings. We're fallible. Some of us are less wrong than others. But the bottom line is, no one has infinite knowledge. Nobody knows everything. And the moment that you get that is the moment that you can kind of start working towards having discernment and taking different sources of information and deciding what you believe instead of being told what to believe. Right? Instead of being brainwashed in this technopoly set up by a predator class that is encroaching harder and harder and tighter on every single one of us. All right, let's go. Yes, welcome to that Central Time Zone. It's funny because on my old phone, I don't want to give this guy's number away. Swipe that over. Boom. It shows me both my New York and my... and I like this phone so much more than this one right here. But this one's got every band, and I literally get service with this everywhere. This bad boy is pretty good too, but you know, they're both under a couple $100 and unlocked, etc. I'm a big tech dork, guys. I know. Thumbs up the video, subscribe, and share. Let's see what we got here. Gritch, what up? What up? Let's see. And guys, let's give a little shout out and a little silent prayer or thought to my man Drufus out there, the original mod. He hasn't been in the chat in a while. I just hope that everything's okay for him. I actually got to personally meet him back in February, and he was a really stand-up guy. So all the best to Drufus, and I'm really hoping that, again, everything is A-okay with him. Let's see what we got here. This is a satanic country. God is not happy with nipples. Glad to see you back, JB. Caught him earlier on Rockfin with that Fitch. I thought that I was streaming on Rockfin and this. I'm starting to get the hang of the new chat or the new studio. It's okay. It's not the big... I guess I kind of like this layout with the questions and comments a little bit better, but I feel like now if you're watching this on your phone, you're not going to be able to read the live chat as much as you were. I'm going to have to end up using a plugin of some sort. So, you know, again, we're going to work out the kinks. What do you guys think? Are you happy with this new format of the being able to read more on a bigger screen, or can you not read it on your phone? Do you not care that you can't read it? Should I change it to something else in the background, or do you like seeing the comments? I personally think that the audience likes seeing the comments, but I don't know. Is Tuck the Tuck talking God? Yes, Tucker McTuckerson. I'm not religious, but once you start to F with religion, I get worried, and that ain't good. Agreed. Amen, Pot Smokes Country. I think it's more like the whole world. Cuomo is connected to Hunter Biden's sex trafficking. Can't wait for them to be arrested. Don't know anything about that, but I need to look into, because I've heard some Hunter Biden sex trafficking stuff. I don't know that anything that's real, but I don't know. Maybe. Amen, Donkey. Cuomo and de Blasio are traitors to this country. Agree. You have any 2021 predictions? Yeah, chaos. Chaos hype. That's my prediction. Chaos. Doom. Who actually cares when you get worried? Really? P.S. Not hating. Love to see you. Long time. Where are you at now? I am in Iowa. Like I said, Quad City. Quad City. Quad cities. Quad cities. Tamara, do you happen to have a link? If not, I'll look into it. I have not heard that, but no surprise. Daniel Doom, what religions may or may someone not mess with any religion? Listen, I don't like Satanism. I think it's a terrible religion. I can speak out against it. You can practice it the moment that you actually harm somebody else. Because, basically, Satanism, right, without any of the occult rituals, is just glorified sociopathy. It's do as thou wilt at the expense of everyone else. You are the most important thing in the world, no matter what the situation is, right? So if you want to act that way and be that way, it's your freedom to be that way. I think it's a shitty way to live. But the moment that you then physically harm somebody or that you take someone's life, etc., then there's a big problem. Then you need to be dealt with. That's why we have laws. That's why we have prisons. Okay? Because man is fallible. And unfortunately, even the best of us can do horrific things. Not that we have an injustice system for sure. But to think we're just going to defund the police. Yeah, that's when they bring in the robots. That's when the drones are a little closer to home. Okay? Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Truth Seeker must be one of my haters in 712. Hello from East Arkansas, Jason. How does your sister like it so far? She's smiling. Hopefully, she's digging it. Whoa, big jump. Big jump. But you'd have to ask her. I can't really speak for her. I'm sure it's going to be a big adjustment, all the all the way across. Wow, there's a lot of comments that we're probably not going to get to. That's why you can, guys, again, use the super chat mechanism that's not there by donating over here at the GoFundMe. Again, we're going to start the Media Month 16 tomorrow at some point. But yeah, you can give here, and we will check it in the next 5 or 10 minutes if you want to skip the line and actually get your question read if you are new to the conversation, because everybody knows it's a rarity that we actually get through all the questions. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, by the way, guys. Donkey, do you think you're better than God? Don't ask me to define better. The British Palace is for sale. Let's get it. Is that right? Is that the next thing? They're going to sell the palace? Does this mean you are a husker now? I don't know what a husker. Oh, a corn husker? Good luck, my friend. Thank you, Peter. Trump is on a boat, in my opinion. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Hi there, Gritch. Good to see ya. By the way, Karen, thanks for subscribing to Rockfin today. Awesome. Let's see. Never. I'm a nobody. I can never compare to God. None of us can. It was 33 days before the election. Exactly, Jason. We don't know right now exactly what is going on, but we know of some of the options they have to run the playbook. Thanks. Jason, I knew you were going. Thanks, TJ. I appreciate it. Like, again, I was trying. It's not an easy, guys. I can't even tell you how much money this cost. I mean, it cost a lot. There were some other things that I would have much rather done with the money than have to move across the country. But, you know, again, you guys did it. You're the ones that made it possible. So thank you again. Speculations, but something is off with the timing of POTUS and the COVID con. There's something going on there. Very much. But, you know, again, that is speculation, because to try to read that one, there's so many different angles of what could have or did or didn't happen. In my opinion, the right wing and the left take orders from the same evil head, and we the body are just along for the ride. You will be streaming 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. on Rockfin. It's going to be Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time on Rockfin. That's the goal. You know, give myself some discipline, get in there, you know, get up, get ready, get a show together for you guys. And that way we'll cut that up, we'll put that over there. And then later in the day, if anything breaks, maybe we do some more videos on YouTube as well before. I'm just worried about getting kicked off the platform. You know, we've been demonetized now. What's that? For 6 months tomorrow. For 6 months. It's half a year, guys. You know, forget about the fact that my channel really can't grow because, you know, it's all got to be organic and the pushback is real. But there's no way to make any kind of, you know, financial living off of this, despite the fact that I'm telling the truth. I mean, watch my interview with that guy from Esquire. Please go watch that. If I don't own the mainstream media there, I don't know what I did. Because I felt like I owned the mainstream media on that one. Especially when it comes to 9/11 in Shanksville. Did you give any of the Q stuff the time of day when Trump first got diagnosed? They all said this was the 10 days of darkness. I bought in for a day. No, I didn't know. Was that the new thing? They were right at it again? That this was the beginning of the 10 days of darkness with the COVID-19? Listen, I've been real busy. So the last thing I was really worried about was Johnny nonsense on message boards. But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, there's other things to worry about, like reality. This was the Biden pedo area, and you know the thing about the thing. I can do push-ups. Old man wanna watch me. Old man wanna watch me. Hey there, and hey there. Hey now. Hey now. Back when Stern was good. Hey now. Let's see. Did you do a video about Claire Bronfman going to jail for 7 years? No, I only tweeted it out. I was packing, but yeah, no, she got that. But she's gonna contest it. She can. I know she can contest that. I thank you for reminding me of that story. I think Big Fish at Trey Billion, he put it out there, and I retweeted it. Jason, did you see the mesh mask Lana Del Rey was wearing while meeting her fans. I don't like wearing masks. That mask speaks to me. It says to me that COVID is not a big deal as the media says it is. No idea. Manchurian candidate. Jason would be detained in New York by track trace detectives. Let's see. And Corn Pop was a bad dude who ran a gang of pedos for China. So I apologized to him and joined in. Jesus Christmas. My goodness, folks. My goodness. Guys, I think that I'm going to call it a day, just under an hour. I know we didn't even get anywhere close to all these comments. I do want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to remind everybody, again, fully demonetized. Couldn't have done this move without you. Still can't do the show without you. Got the bills to pay. Got a lot to do in this house, but we're going to keep doing it. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has supported me. If you haven't seen my documentary films, they're all free. They're all here, online, for nothing. Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Make sure to thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. And Rockfin, at least make that free account. You're going to want to do so. A lot of big things coming down the pipe. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the flip side.